Yeah, so it's Lino, that's an interesting question how you phrased it, because to evangelize, right, is to share the gospel. So you're assuming the Protestants don't have the gospel, or do you mean to show the truth of the historic church, right, in regards to canon? So I'm going to take it as a ladder that basically what deuterocanonical text could be an eye opener for Protestants. I have my pet favorites. I'm sure William has his. There's just so much. One thing that really is an eye opener is going through Wisdom 2 and the prophecy about Jesus's passion and his opposition that will be raised against him. That is so detailed and so lengthy that simply going through, starting in maybe verse 18 and well, actually even earlier, most of chapter 2, I think that in and of itself is a great proof text. Because think of it, if wisdom is just mere human apocrypha, no different than any human writing, how in the world did they come up with not just details, but I mean, it persists through most of the chapter. It reminds me a lot of the suffering servant passages in Isaiah, how lengthy and detailed it is. And actually, some people think that it was a homily on Isaiah, but there's just so many points of contact with the New Testament that if you have a Protestant who is biblically literate reading through Wisdom 2, fireworks are going to be going off in their heads, because it's truly, truly remarkable. And then there's other ones too, Wisdom 7:26, and you could compare it with Hebrews 1:3. Baruch 3:38 was a very important prophecy about the incarnation. That could be very eye-opening. Probably that. I mean, and of course, you can always do the Second Maccabees 12:46. It's holy, wholesome thought to pray for the dead, that they may be loose from their sins. That could be jarring if they think that this is all a Catholic, some sort of invention, Middle Age invention, that you should pray for the dead. There's lots of different routes. So that would probably be, I think that would be the first place, if it's just to open their eyes as to, wow, there's something about these books that isn't just your run-of-the-mill human constructions. I think Wisdom 2 would be the first part, and then, the key proof text after that. What about you, William?
Yeah, I got nothing to add. That's great. Wisdom 2 is phenomenal. Really, really good. The Deuterocanon is great to evangelize. Fantastic to evangelize. Hey, if the early church viewed it as worthy enough to use to evangelize, well, we should do so as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magnificat anima mea Dominum, et exultat spiritus meus, in Deo salutari meo, quia respexit humilitatem mansile sue, ex enim ex hoc beata medicent omnes generationes. Via fecit mi magna qui potens.
My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior.
Et misericordia eiusa progenie in progenies, dimentibus eum. Fecit potentiam in brachio suum, dispersit superbos mente cordis sui, deposuit potentes tessere, et exaltavit humile. Esurientes simple diponis, et divites dimisit in ane, sus beatos misericordiae suae.